Today I am going to tell you about the life of Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev. He was from the family name is Gorbachev. Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev was a Russian and Soviet politician who served as the last leader of the Soviet Union, chairman of the Supreme Soviet from 1989 to 1990. In the June 1950, Gorbachev became a candidate member of the Communist Party. He also applied to study the law school of Moscow State University, then the most prestigious university in the country. Gorbachev rose steadily through the ranks of the local administration. The authorities regarded him as politically reliable and he would flatter his superiors, for instance, granting favor with the prominent local politician. In November 1978, Gorbachev was appointed as Secretary of the Central Committee. His appointment had been approved unanimously by the Central Committee's members. To fill this position, Gorbachev and his wife moved to Moscow, where they were initially given an old dacha outside the city. Then they moved to another at Sansovka before finally being allocated a new built brick house. He was also given an apartment inside the city but gave that to his daughter and son-in-law. Irina had begun work at Moscow's Second Medical Institute as part of the Moscow political elite. Gorbachev and his wife now had access to better medical care and to specialized shops. They were also given cooks, servants, bodyguards, and secretaries, although many of these were spies for the KGB. In his new position, Gorbachev often worked 12 to 16 hours daily. He and his wife socialized little but liked to visit Moscow's theaters and museums. Gorbachev's leadership style differed from that of his predecessors. He would stop to talk to civilians on the street, forbade the displays of his portrait at the 1985 Red Scare holiday celebrations, and encouraged frank and open discussion at Politburo meetings. To the West, Gorbachev was seen as a more moderate and less threatening Soviet leader. He established an outstanding domestic policies. The five-year plan of 1985 to 1990 was targeted to expand machine building by 50 to 100%. To boost agricultural productivity, he merged five ministries and a state committee into a single entity. Agroprom, although by late 1986 he acknowledged this merge as a failure on 29 August 1991. The Supreme Soviet indefinitely suspended all Communist Party activity, effectively ending communist rule in the Soviet Union. From then on, the Soviet Union collapsed with dramatic speed. By the end of September, Gorbachev had lost the ability to influence events outside of Moscow. Gorbachev died at the Central Clinical Hospital in Moscow on 13 August 2022 at the age of 91. He died after a severe and prolonged illness, according to the hospital, having been under the continuous supervision of doctors since the beginning of 2020. According to his will, Gorbachev will be buried in Moscow's Novodevichy Cemetery next to his wife Reza, who died in 1999. Gorbachev was the longest lived ruler of Russia in his history, surpassing Alexander Kerensky and the nominal leader of the USSR, Vasily Kozhentsov, who both lived to be 89 years old.